This is a video of how to make a fence for a Shopsmith Mark V, older cast iron table bandsaw, with the end result being able to cut veneer for projects. This quickly spiraled out of control as I realized that there would be more involved than simply setting up a fence. It was apparent that I needed to figure out the blade drift and be able to set the fence at the same angle as the drift for my particular saw and blade setup. I decided along the way that I wanted to use the table saw miter gauge as part of the fence in order to make use of the angle adjust and the slot in the cast iron table. This spiraled into using the metal lathe to create knobs. Finally, we get to the point of having a fence setup that is easy to adjust and be ready to cut veneer. There is more than one way to skin the cat, but this is how I did my setup. YouTube has changed their policy for monetization. As a result, channels like mine with less than 1,000 subscribers lose the ability to make a few dollars from posting. My channel does meet all other criteria for monetization of videos. I have around 630 subscribers at the time of this video edit. I would be grateful if you would subscribe to help get me to 1,000. I love putting my videos online anyway, but it's nice to get a little something for my effort. Thanks in advance if you subscribe. Although I didn't show it, the way to measure and then set the fence for the drift is actually quite easy. First, you get a scrap piece of wood with at least one straight edge. Second, draw a line down the length of the piece of wood about 1/2 inch from the edge. Then freehand cut down the length of the wood piece until you are about halfway. Then stop and without moving the piece of wood at all, draw a line with a pencil on the table of the bandsaw along the straight edge of the scrap piece of wood. Be careful not to cut yourself while doing this, as it's kind of hard to reach the off switch in the middle of the operation. Anyway, when finished, you will see that the line that you drew on the table is not square with the slots. Mine was off by about 3 degrees. In my setup, this means that I use the miter gauge to adjust until the fence is parallel with the line I drew. Then I can move the whole angled fence along the T-slot without throwing off the drift angle. Then simply clamp the fence and you are ready to resaw, cut veneer or whatever. By the way, also make sure that your blade is 90 degrees to the table, and that your fence is square with the table as well. Then you are ready to go, as you can see from the pieces I was able to cut using mine. Yes, I'm aware that I should have used a push block. And yes, the bandsaw can cut much faster than was shown. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to see more interesting videos and projects.